Hello, welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? The improvisation show which does to comedy what Bill Clinton does to every girl he meets, apparently. Featuring tonight a man of 1,000 ideas, some of them his own, the multi-talented Greg Proops. And then a man of 1,000 voices, most of them other people's, the serial impressionist Rory Bremner. Then a man of 1,000,000 jokes, several of them understandable, unique Colin Mockery. And finally, a man of 1,000,000 television appearances, and that's just on this programme, the essential Ryan Stiles. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. We're going to start the show tonight with a game called Let's Make a Date. It's going to feature Greg Proops as somebody appearing on a dating programme. The other three, I'm afraid, are the possible dates for him. But to make it even more complicated, they've been allocated strange identities, which they can discover what those are by looking at these envelopes. And Greg can work out who they are just by what's said in the course of improvisation. And if he gets these right, well, he could easily win this game. So, take it away, Mr. P.
Thank you, Mr. A. Number one, contestant number one. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. I love to have fun, and I will fully put out if I have enough fun. Where would you... What secluded place would you take me to have some fun?
Cornwall?
Cornwall?
Yes, anywhere. I own most of it.
All right. Number two, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, number two.
Hi.
Like I said, I like to have fun. Where would you take me?
Oh, I would take you somewhere where you could be held by my strong, slender fingers. My muscular thighs bulge in anticipation at the very... What?
Number three.
Yeah.
I'm still tripping on number two.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you indeed?
Well-
Isn't that nice? Tripping away, a big trip, huh? Like to some faraway country with a big bag of money. Is that what you're saying? Tripping away. Maybe with another guy's wife. Wouldn't that be fun, huh?
Where would you take me?
I'd probably take you somewhere where the sound of a gun can be heard.
Number one. I love to go to the country. Do you have a place in the country you would take me to?
Oh, loads of them. Anywhere you like.
Okay.
Well, I always believe an Englishman says his castle. Well, most of mine are anyway.
Good. Number two.
Yeah. Hello, foot.
Number three.
What?
What's your favorite color?
Red. Blood red.
Greg, got these. Come on.
Oh, I think I do, Clive.
Yes.
You know how this goes.
Yes.
There's always the hope of me getting it, and then the crushing disappointment of my actual guess.
It's usually disappointing with you, Greg.
Prince Charles is number
Yes,
one. For those of you playing along at home, number two is quite a challenge. A narcissistic guy?
Yes, that's
who
right.
loves
He's in love
himself?
with his own body, yes. Narcissist, perfectly. What a way of describing it.
And number three is a serial murderer of some kind?
Oh, so close. He's a former business partner you ripped off. But there you are. It's not bad. Well done.
George Washington?
Okay. So 2 out of 3 there for Greg, and that's 2 points he gets as we go into a game called Secret. Ryan and Colin, they're acting out a scene, and it is Noah and his wife. Now, we join the scene just 30 seconds before a secret is discovered. Now, could the audience suggest where this secret might be discovered? Somewhere in Noah and his Ark story. A hole in the bottom of the boat. There being a hole in the bottom of the boat is a bit of a secret. There you go, the scene is Noah and his wife.
You will be laughing at me pretty soon.
I'm tired of cleaning up after all these animals.
What's your job? I built the thing.
2 elephants. Thank you.
The 2 ants, it all works out, doesn't it? Look.
You know what? We need a place where all the waste can sort of... I'm just going to make a hole right here in the bottom of the boat.
Oh, don't do that. We can put it there. Oh,
What are you
don't
talking
look at
about?
the
Idiot?
I didn't want you to see that.
18 commandments.
I thought I'd better bring some spares along in case we break a few of the first ones.
Thou shalt not wear leather. What is that?
Thou shalt not lend money. I thought that was a good one. I just made them up as I went along.
You can't do that.
Why?
For the Lord has not spoken to you in such a way as to make the commandments that we can live by.
You don't have to listen to the Lord about everything. Look, 3 penguins.
What are you doing?
forgot to bring the rabbits.
It's too late.
Oh,
Now we're
See,
up to
that's
our
the
asses
Lord.
and rabbits. The Lord what?
The Lord specifically said 2 of every animal.
And Commandment 16.
Well, 15 of each animal is a little too much, don't you think?
If that's what the Lord wants, then that's what the Lord shall have.
Look, that's it. I'm calling the Lord.
Don't you call the Lord. Look, I brought 2 phones. Hello, Lord. My number's right. Look. I've got news for you. You know, it's 2 of everything. I want you to meet Teresa.
Okay, thank you very much. Well done. Yes. Very good. Very cunning. They're getting commandments into the Noah's Ark story. That's not even, never mind. Let's do film dub. This is for Ryan and Rory. They have to, and Greg indeed, they have to add a new soundtrack to a piece of film from which the original soundtrack has been removed. And it'll be starting up in just a second. Can you add the plot? One day on the street. Actually, not much of a plot, because it's on a street. One day on the street, adding voices to these characters.
so you want 2 pounds of tomatoes?
Well, this is where I want to go. Right here. Can you take me there?
Listen, lady, I'd love to help you, but your hat, it's like a flower pot. It's distracting me.
Excuse me, is this a gentleman?
I wonder if you could help me. I want to go downtown, but he just won't take me there.
I think she's trying to tell you something.
Hey, beat it.
Look, why don't you and I just
Well, when you put it that way.
I think he's got the idea.
Well, then I hope it's all settled, because I...
Right, no problem as well.
He is standing close. I can feel almost all of him.
Right, well, how about you and I go behind that bike shed over there?
What do you mean? I'm not that kind of guy. My meter's running. I gotta get going here. Why, the last man who did that to me played ball in
Let's call it
films.
£5, shall we?
All right, I'm leaving.
Well, if he's worth 5, I'm at least worth 10, don't you think?
I'll be the judge of that, thank you very much. And I've left the handbrake off.
That was magnificent. As though Roger Moore himself were acting there. Richard, I'll still score you some points. As we go on to a game called Sports Commentators for all 4 competitors. But Greg and Rory will be the actual sports commentators sitting on these stools, where the other 2 will be acting out an everyday activity in slow motion and are being commentated on by the sports commentators. So over there, you're showing off to a girl at the nightclub. Both trying to impress the same girl, I dare say, at the nightclub. Away you go, you commentators.
Excuse me.
Well, here we go, and welcome to the Edinburgh Hacienda. And of course, it's a gay night out, of course, in the big time. Well, it could be an exciting time, and we're looking for a big pass today.
It certainly is, and it's going to be a very, very exciting night. Well, here comes. Whoa!
Oh, and it's a little shilly-shally through midfield. The flick of the hips, he's away now, selling the dummy, and oh, my goodness me, what's he going to make of this one? And
There goes a right hook. You did not see that often, do
it's
you?
a real humdinger of a punch there. He's coming up behind. He's got a howitzer in his left. Is it going to go through? No, he's not. And another dash through the middle. There's a gap there.
Isn't that barred by Scottish law?
Well, no, but the events have taken quite a twist now.
We haven't seen that since Aberdeen in 1968. Let's see that again, shall we?
Let's go back over that. Once again, it's 2 fingers in the nostril. Back they go. And just look at that technique there. Just with 2 fingers. Stunning stuff.
Looks like Ryan is starting to groove like a groove monkey down on the floor there.
Looking for the final one to settle this fixture. Oh, out comes the cigarette. Out comes the teeth. And it's in the eyeball. Oh, that's 1 in the eye for Ryan, without a doubt.
Okay, that's in there. Thank you very much. Well done. Okay, yeah. Excellent. Well, that was a particularly good round of sports commentators. They've decided on penalties as we go into a game called World's Worst. It's for all 4 contestants. Step forward to the World's Worst step, and step further forward as you come up with examples of the World's Worst outtakes from a news or documentary television program. I'll Boston get the idea. Step forward.
Look at the size of that fire.
These are the rarest beetles in the world. These were the rarest beetles. It's a tidal wave!
That's
that's all for today. We'll see you tomorrow, and I'm not wearing anything from the waist down.
Quicksand. Is it really a danger?
Now, these sharks are mostly found off the coast of...
I'm here in the small, strife-torn Central American country of Gowanda, where the prostitutes are the cheapest I have found. What?
Due to our slipping ratings, our next story, 50 dead in Manitoba! 60 killed in... And finally, Prime Minister, do I look fat in this?
So for the last time, the Russians have launched the missiles. We assume that we have a little over 20 minutes left. Honey, I've never loved you. I've always wanted to sleep with your sister. She's much more attractive than you. And my boss, who's employed me for the past 3 years, screw you. I hate this job. I hate everything about it.
Martin Basher, BBC, continue coming.
Welcome back. I'm sure there's something you'd like to buy there as we come to a game called Home Shopping. This is for Ryan and Colin, if they come on down and get these stools, and they're appearing on some sort of shopping channel, and they have to try and sell some stuff which is difficult to sell. This is a book with no pages, and a banana skin. Let's make it a bit of a challenge. Some other thing. Can you someone suggest another product which would be difficult to sell, or item? An unflushable toilet. So somebody came here by train, obviously. So it's an unflushable toilet is your third thing you have to sell. Try and sell all three. Away you go.
Hi!
Hi!
Hi, it's 3 o'clock. It's time to buy. All you people at home, get those credit cards out, because we've got some deals for you today. Haven't we, Bobby?
That's right.
Well, Bobby hasn't got much to say today.
What was our first thing we're going to sell?
Well, probably what you're holding right there in your hand, Bobby.
Oh, yes. Now, what does this look like to you?
It looks like a book full of words to read at night. Going to sleep.
No! And isn't it irritating? Every time you pick up a book, you have to go through so many words.
And you know, when I fall asleep at night, I find I'm reading, and I'm not even taking in what I'm reading. I'm asleep.
Exactly. That's why we have this.
A book with no words?
That's right. You
Oh.
save time.
I need one
There's
of those.
the title. You're finished. Bored? Look at this for 20 minutes. You're asleep.
Holy smoke. But you're bright and peppy for the next day.
You're
Ready to go
bright
out in the
and
market.
happy. How much would you buy this for?
85 pounds?
You're crazy.
50 pounds.
You're crazy.
134 pounds?
Yeah.
Wow! That's not a bad deal.
No.
Especially for you folks living in Canada, because that's $22. You know, what's this look like to you, Bobby?
Why, that looks like a discarded banana peel.
Does it? The type you slip on?
That's right.
The type you get hurt at?
Yes.
The type you use to meet that special someone?
What are you saying?
Ow! I've fallen. My leg hurts. Lady, can you help me? Lady, can you help me? Dun, 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 dun. I do. Can you see what I'm saying here?
That is a perfect matrimonial maker.
Yes. And it's also good for different looks. Who am I?
Abraham
Who
Lincoln.
am I? Rastaman. Rastaman.
Abraham Lincoln.
Doesn't matter. See, that's the fun of it.
Anyway, we have one more thing we have to get rid of.
Do we indeed?
Yes.
Well, what is it?
Well, we have it all backed up. We're backed up with thousands of them.
not telling me that-
Unflushable toilets.
Oh, my God.
Complete with everything you see here.
Finally, I'm not one to brag, but sometimes I like to take a look at what I have. But I forget all about it, though. It's gone. I can't see it. Where did it go? Down the drain. Unflushable toilet. It's there to see forever.
Okay, well done. You've sold it all to me. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I think the lady who's just an unflushable toilet really lowered the tone. All I can say to her is, well done. As we go on to a game called Dead Bodies. This is for everybody, but it's going to start off in particular with Colin and also with Ryan and Rory. And the idea of this is they're in a play and they've all died apart from Colin. He battles on, acting it out with the dead bodies. Greg will join in due course, but as soon as he arrives, he'll die as well. And the play they're doing is two cowboys rounding up the herd. And Greg will be the girl, but when he arrives, I say he'll die. He's arriving with bad news. But Colin, you take over. You got anyone still left alive?
Giddy up! Giddy up there, big fella!
Boss! Some of this cattle are stampeding. Well, right with me, big fella. We gotta cut them off. You got it, sir. Put her there. Close enough. Giddy up! Giddy up!
Hold it. I do declare. Oh my God, a totem pole.
Did you see that? My God, a beautiful Indian princess hit by a totem pole. I'll go over and revive her. Whoa! Whoa! Actually, you're closer. Why don't you get it? Good idea. I'll lift you over my back. Oh, say you're unconscious. You can't hear me, can you? Oh, oh, you're beautiful. Why don't you come with me and my friend? We were just rounding up the cattle. Well, that would be, oh, so lovely. Hop on! I can barely see over your shoulder. Boss, all the cattle have... Hello, she's beautiful. Look, why don't we all have one big kiss? Just to cement relations between us and our Indian friends.
Okay, thank you very much, Roland. All right. You still have more life than many actors do in some places. We go into a game called Party Quirks. This is for all four competitors, but it features Greg Proops playing the host of a party. All the others are guests of the party, and each of the guests has been allocated a strange way of behaving, and quirky way of behaving. This is based on suggestions made by the studio audience. And obviously the idea of this game is that Greg has to work out what strange way of behaving has been allocated to all the others. So Greg, come on down, get the party underway. The others will come in over there as they hear the noise of a doorbell, which I'll be providing with my doorbell. So what's happening here, Greg?
It's a come as to Sir with love party.
One for the kiddies, that one?
Hiya, Rory.
Hi, right, okay, very good. Right, okay, the object of this is you obviously have to guess who I am in a very, sorry, okay, right. So you obviously have to guess
Would
who
you
I am.
like a non-alcoholic beverage of some kind?
What, do you have any?
Yes.
Right, okay, well, in that case, I'll tell you what, the object of this one
God,
is
you're
you have
Clive Anderson. Come on in. We just had Clive Anderson here. I am so sleepy. Oh my God! Colin, no fair bringing Clive Anderson's date. You're gonna pay for cleaning that. Hiya,
Hey,
Ryan.
Greg, what's been happening?
I've got a bizarre. You think you're a bunch of animals? You're a shapeshifter. You keep dying and coming back. That's right.
Hey, looks like the party's in full gear, huh?
Sure is.
Well, you really know how to throw...
Would you like a cocktail of some kind? A non-alcoholic, delicious. What's over there?
Sorry, Greg, what?
You're crazy, you.
I know. I'm always this way at
some
parties.
juice?
Juice sounds like a good...
He's being followed. You're being
That's right.
followed.
What is he? What kind of thing is he?
Paranoid? You're.
He's a gazelle being stalked by a lion, would you say?
Oh, sure. Hey. Get out of here. You're a gazelle being stalked by a lion.
Well, I'm afraid the old clock on the wall tells me we've got no more. Oh no, we've got just enough time to do a hoedown. So all four competitors come on down, and we'll do a hoedown involving them and Richard Branch on the piano. But can someone suggest a topic? A danger of living in the 1990s.
Being a Tory politician.
What was that?
Being a Tory politician.
Being a Tory politician, that's okay. Being a the Tory politician. They're called Conservatives, they're politicians, we have them over here. Don't look at me like that. Make it a Republican if you're frightened. Okay, so it's being the Tory politician hoedown. Take it away, Greg.
Tory politicians, they really are a drag. Bumming common people, that just ain't my bag. But I am a waffler and a total prat. So next election I will vote Liberal Democrat.
No one likes our party, they think we're full of shit. Divided over Europe, and most of us are split. We're going off on holiday, I do not really care. The feel-good factor's coming soon, its name is Tony Blair. Politics is very strange, it confuses me a lot. There's Tories, Liberals, Whigs, and others put me on the spot. They do things very strange.
In power can loom really large. Seems everyone wants to really be in charge. People who want power will do anything on a dare. As a matter of fact, that's why Clive ripped out all his hair. All his hair.
That's the last. Okay, and I shall rule that that'll be the last game we'll play tonight. And adding up the points, I see by 1 point only, Rory is this week's winner. So well done, Rory. And because it's so close, I'd like him to read the credits as David Attenborough, with all the other three being animals in the background. So just remains for me to thank Greg Proops, Rory Bremner, Colin Mockery, Ryan Stiles, Richard Rogers, the Pennis Me Club, and say good night. Good night.
Whose line is it anyway? A question we asked, debated, and indeed fallen out over the years. As we look at the family tree, the Tobin, the Richard Osman, all creatures of low intelligence, some of them descended from the higher primates, others merely a production team. Film researchers, perhaps the amoeba of the television love story. The associate producer, Anne-Marie Thorogood, well, there again. A case of a waste of DNA.
Okay, hello and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? The improvisation show which does to comedy what Bill Clinton does to every girl he meets, apparently. Featuring tonight a man of 1,000 ideas, some of them his own, the multi-talented Greg Proops. And then a man of 1,000 voices, most of them other people's, the serial impressionist Rory Bremner. Then a man of 1,000,000 jokes, several of them understandable, the unique Colin Mockery. And finally, a man of 1,000,000 television appearances, and that's just on this programme, the essential Ryan Stiles. And gentlemen, the contestants. We're going to start the show tonight with a game called Let's Make a Date. It's going to feature Greg Proops as somebody appearing on a dating programme. The other three, I'm afraid, are the possible dates for him. But to make it even more complicated, they've been allocated strange identities, which they can discover what those are by looking at these